that means. It's time for dinner with Nanny Bubby. How are you today? I'm Nanny Bubby. This is my home kitchen, and today we are making kale salad, right? Why? Well, every year during the Super Bowl, or as you know, they've come to say, unless you want to get into trademark problems, you have to say the big game. That's on broadcast. I mean, I hope to God that the National Football League is watching this and they sue me for having used the word Super Bowl. That would be actually good for the show, right? But for the big game on Sunday, I always try to match foods with the teams that are playing. So let's see who's here. Marcy is here, Susan is here, Teresa is here. Where's Frank? Soon he'll be here as well. Hey everybody, happy weekend, Shabbat Shalom to those of you who are celebrating. And we're talking foods for Super Bowl. So what I'm making today is the kale salad. I'm really not making the kale salad, but you do know that when I have a big show or a big party, pardon me, not a big show, but a big party, I always begin by prepping and cooking ahead. And so today I am actually going to prep the kale salad. So all of this kale, believe it or not, came right out of my garden. And I'm so proud of it. I've been growing it all season, there's Frank, just for this weekend, honestly, because I knew if the Rams got in, I was going to be making a kale salad, and it was looking pretty good. So I've done this for you before, and I'm not going to go through much of it, but for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, let's take a bigger piece of the kale. Let's see. Okay, well, that's not too big, but we can start there. So if you can see the rib in this kale, what we're going to do, move this so that you can see. Can you guys give me a hands up if you can see that? Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to cut out and over and down. There we go. And completely take that rib out. And I'm going to open this up flat and take another piece of kale and cut right down onto that rib. There we go. Okay. Forgot my little compost basket, so I'll have to get that later. Placing it again right on top. Any little leaves that fell off, we're going to put that right on top, like that. Let me find a nice big leaf here. There's one. There's a nice one. So these aren't too big, but they're just tender. Hey, Judy Owen, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Who else is here? You can pull in the opposite direction to remove the rib. Well, I have found, so let's do that, Frank. I have found that it tears right through the kale, and so, well, that one worked. But in the tougher kale, Frank, sometimes you don't get the tinier rib that I always like to get out, and then what happens is I've torn the kale up too much, and then I can't roll it, and I can't chiffonade it the way that I like to. So chiffonade means ribbon, and let me show you why I want to do that. And let's see who else is here. Robin is here. Hey, Robin Slipcock, how are you? And yes, Susan was the first one here. She gets kudos. You beat Frank at it, Susie. Okay, let me find one more really nice. Here's a nice big one right here, okay? We're going to take it. I'm going to start right where that rib comes to an end, which, Frank, if you're doing it as you say, what happens sometimes is you don't get the very, very tip of that. It breaks. So, hey, Robin. Everybody's saying hi to Robin. That's nice. Okay, so we've stacked them on top of each other, and now what we're going to do is we're going to roll them. I mean, many of you have seen me do this before, and I'm not going to go through the whole bowl here, otherwise we'll be here until 7 o'clock tonight, right? But now that it's rolled like a big fat cigar right straight out of Cuba, there we are. Am I there? Yeah. We're going to now just cut little tiny ribbons, just like that. Now, this kale is completely dry, and what I find is that this kale is easier to wash after you've cut it into the chiffonade pieces. So I'm going to take this and put it right here into the salad spinner, and I'm going to just keep adding kale into the salad spinner. I'll do one more for you until it gets about 2/3 of the way full. Then I'm going to wash it really, really good and spin it dry. Hey, Susan, hey Susan Mendorf, nice to see you. Why are you saying that, shall I pray for you, Frank? What's up with Frank? Sarai Poff is here. What is the deal with Frank? Why are we praying for Frank? Well, I don't see anything that says that we need to pray for him. Why are you praying for Frank? Need to know. Goodness gracious. Is there something, did he make a post or something? Or are you praying for his team to win? I'm not sure. He's from New York, so his team isn't in. Janet Castellano is here. Awesome. Okay, so we're making kale salad for the Super Bowl. I always match my Super Bowl menu to the teams. This kale salad is for representative of the Los Angeles Rams, because you know Los Angeles is the salad bowl, or California is the salad bowl of the country, so I'm making a beautiful kale salad because kale is very big in the California area. You know, kale is that superfood that everybody has discovered again. It's like everything that's old is new again, right? Just like short ribs were like not a thing for a really long time, and then all of a sudden short ribs from back again. Go Bengals, Janet says. Yeah, so just so you know, it is the year of the tiger. And by the way, the tiger that is represented in the Chinese astrological signs happens to be the Bengals, right? So for the first time in 30 years or something, those Bengals are making a showing. So the Rams always used to be my football team. Not that I ever really had a football team, honestly. But before the Raiders came to Vegas, but I gotta tell you, it's the year of the tiger, and so my money is on the Bengals, gotta tell you. So I'm kind of excited about the game because I have a reason to root for the Bengals other than football. I'm rooting for them because of astrology. Joe Burrows. Okay, so what are we saying? Tell me what Joe Burrows is. Is he a quarterback? I don't know. Frank says he's not doing well. He said he's not doing very well. He did? Since I got COVID, I'm partially paralyzed from the neck up. What? Oh, Frank, that's really bad. I'm so sorry. I don't know, can you go for a massage maybe and just kind of help loosen that up? I mean, is it just muscle stiffness, or is it, have you been to the doctor? I don't know. Partially paralyzed from the neck up. Well, aren't we all partially paralyzed from the neck up? Like our head doesn't really move. Our neck moves, but our head doesn't. So is it, I don't know if you're kind of, if it's, you know, Frank sometimes has a cute sense of humor, and I don't want to make light of it if he really is got a problem, but I'm thinking that we are all partially paralyzed from the neck up. From the neck down, that's pretty serious, but from the neck up, I don't know about that. What do you guys think? Frank, chime in. I just don't know. Anyway, I know he, no CT scan showing blown disc. Okay, so it wasn't a joke. I didn't mean to make light of it, Frank. I'm sorry. Do you guys all think I'm horrible? I just wasn't sure. Okay, well, thank God. And maybe just a massage is all you need, Frank. If you could just find a place, maybe just to go to a hotel where they have a spa and get a massage, maybe that could help it. You know, it's funny, isn't it, guys? Like a lot of the symptoms that people get from COVID. I know we were exhausted for over a month. We are just now getting back to normal, honestly. I mean, it was tough. It was a tough one. Okay, but no more masks in Nevada. How about that, everybody? Thumbs up on that. Okay, Susan, who is Joe Burrows? Help me out. I mean, when the Raiders came to town, we went to the first game. I turned to the guy sitting next to me who I didn't know, and I said, how many outs are there in football again? And I said it really serious. You should have seen his face. It was really quite funny. Okay, let's see. Frank says, as of right now, I have 3 doctors saying surgery. Oh, no, Frank. Oh, Frank, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Well, I mean, did COVID bring that on for you, or was it something else? I don't know. Okay, this is a cooking show, not a medical show, so let's move on. So I've taken the ribs out of this kale, as you can see, as you saw me doing, and now again, I'm gonna roll this up into a nice little Cuban cigar, if you will, and we're just going to cut down, make little ribbons called chiffonade, which is French for ribbon. And there you go. I always go in half. So you want your kale in this kale salad recipe to be very, very small pieces because they absorb the salad dressing so much better than that. So this recipe for the kale salad is on nannybubby.com. Go to cook, go to the heading, the bar that says cook, and tap that, and under salads at the bottom you'll find a kale salad. And it's just absolutely fantastic. So I will do one more grouping of the chiffonade, and then we will move on and we will do the salad dressing, which I think last time I made this and you all joined me, I did not have time to do the salad dressing, and I did not do it. But I do want to tell you, somebody said to me and asked me, this is the coolest thing, I was talking about mushrooms and the cream of mushroom soup and how many mushrooms I had left over, etc., but washing them or cleaning them took so long. And she said, well, Marla, there's a mushroom brush. And I said, there's a mushroom brush, really? And it's called dry brushing for the mushrooms. Here's the brush. So here's what I bought, 2 of them just to see what I liked better. Champignon, which means mushroom, I believe. And this is a brush that sort of dry brushes the mushroom cap, which is very good. I'm assuming then you have to rinse the brush. And then here is another one. So how many of you knew that there was a mushroom brush? I did not. I did not know that there was a thing. Mushroom brush. I always used a sponge. And this one is equally as smooth. Just, you can see, it just lightly will clean the top of those mushroom caps. So these are a find. If you think it's great, I'll post the link for these into Gather with Nanny Bubby. So I wanted to open these up and show you just how really easily, if you can imagine if I had this to clean those 9 pounds of mushrooms, it would have been a lot easier, right guys? So, okay, did anybody tell me who that name was that Susan Mendorf posted? A quarterback for the Bengals. There we go, Janet. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to like him. I wonder if, would it be interesting to find out what his birthday year was and to find out, like, is he happen to be year of the tiger when he was born? I am the year of the snake. My husband is the year of the tiger. I think my daughter is the year of the ox. My father's the year of the ox. My sister is the year of the tiger. So it's kind of fun to look all that up. I was really into the Lunar New Year this year because of our interview with Chef Katie Chin, who was so inspiring, as you know. And that was such a fun interview and a fun episode that I did on Channel 8 for all of that. But I really got into the traditions, and that was just so fun. Okay, this is the last cigar I'm going to roll here. There we go. Metaphorical cigar. And just, again, making these ribbons nice, even chop. There we go. It's beautiful. When they roll so nicely like this, it's just awesome. And then I'm going to turn them and just do a half slice. Again, I want these to be very small so that they very easily absorb whatever salad dressing, what the salad dressing is. So you can see there they are. I'm going to rinse this really, really good, let it soak in some water. I took these right out of my garden, so they have not been washed, but I wanted to cut them when they were dry because you cannot chiffonade anything, not basil, not kale, not anything, if it is wet. So we are doing that. Okay. Next thing is we are going to 1996 Year of the Rat. Okay, well, I guess not. It was a good thought though. Then I'd double my money down on the Bengals, right guys? Okay, so we are gonna make the dressing. And as I said, let's see, forget the mushrooms. At this point, I need shrimp. Yeah, poor Frank, okay. So what we're going to do is make the salad dressing. And I have to look over here. The recipe for my salad dressing is right over here. It is, as I always say, even when you make your own recipe that you know like the back of your hand, if you do not follow it exactly, you will mess up. You legitimately will completely mess up because you'll forget the one thing that you always put in. As an example, I think last time I made this kale salad, for whatever reason, I forgot to put in the maple syrup. And I forgot the blood orange olive oil as well. I used regular olive oil. And honestly, we were eating the kale salad and said, what is wrong with this? And then I remembered I didn't put in the blood orange olive oil. So you have to always remember, even if it's a recipe that you know by heart, that you follow for years and years and years, you have to follow the recipe. And I especially need to do that because when I'm here cooking with you, I really have my mind on all of you and not so much on the recipe. So I can lose my train of thought. I can, lose everything that, that I'm doing because I'm more interested in Frank needing to have surgery on his neck, and then I get concerned that I insulted him when I asked him if he was joking. So, there's that too. Salad spinner, one of the best tools in the kitchen. There we go, Frankie's back. Yes, indeed it is. And here's how we're going to proceed. This calls for 2 ounces of fresh squeezed lemon juice. This is the Meyer lemon right off of Nanny Bubby's tree. I'm going to get my handy dandy juicer, and I'm doubling this recipe. So instead of 2 ounces of juice, I want 4 ounces, and I'm measuring it on 4 tablespoons. Let's see, does it say 2 ounces fresh squeezed lemon juice is actually going to be 2 ounces to 4 ounces. That cannot be possible, right? Let's see. Let's go with the 2 ounces. Let's see what happens. So 2 ounces, we get, hold on. I think I might have doubled this recipe when I wrote it, is the thing, for the website. So let's see here. Okay, so I put this little strainer over this because there's lots of seeds in the Meyer lemons. And I'm just going to proceed to squeeze right through here. And you should see all the seeds coming out. So I'm glad that I put this strainer in here because nobody wants to eat a beautiful salad and then bite into a very bitter lemon seed, right guys? That's no fun. Okay, so this should give us a nice good 2 ounces. Let me squeeze this through. There we go. Okay, and let's get the next one. Let's see how much that actually, aren't those lemon leaves beautiful? So beautiful. Okay, and you know what I do is I will go outside and I will cut some of these lemon leaves to lay on the crudité platter. Hi, Tom. Oh, Tom Letitia's watching. Hi, Tom. He's not even here right now. I don't know where he is. Okay, I love to make a crudité platter for Super Bowl because it's one of Tom's favorite things to eat. Okay. All righty. Okay. All right. On Super Bowl because he doesn't want to be tempted by all of the other things because as he says, at his age, he can't afford not to be good. Even if he's a little bad, he has to be good. So I always make very healthy things for him to nibble on. You know, he may have a little bite of something that he shouldn't while he's, during a festive party, but on the other hand, I mean, you gotta have a little treat or something. So let's see how many ounces this is. This is actually 2 ounces. So let's just go with the recipe and I can always add another lemon. I can add another thing, but I think this recipe was actually doubled for the recipe that I wrote for the website. So we'll see. If I'm wrong, I can always add to it, right? So another 2 ounces now of This is organic dark maple syrup. And going right in. There we go. 2 ounces of that. Let's wipe this off. Guess that was as good as any. That is delicious. Whoa. 2 ounces of apple cider vinegar. Shake it up, get the mother all out and in and diluted in there. Okay, another 2 ounces of this. There we go. There's the apple cider vinegar. And let's see, 3 tablespoons of good Dijon mustard. So this is just going to be a squirt, 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 right? We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and that should give us, ready? 1, 2, 3. 3. A little bit more. Okay. So I wonder if Tom's still watching because he didn't say hi back. Did he? Oh yeah, he did. Okay. And now we're just going to whisk this all together. Okay. And to this now, we are going to add 1 cup. There we go. 1 cup of 8 ounces. There we go. So this is a 4. Okay, we're going to add 1 cup of the fresh blood orange olive oil from Temecula Olive Oil Company. So if we're ready, here we go. And we're going to whisk it as we pour because what will happen is as we add this olive oil, it will begin to emulsify. And honestly, I can tell you right now that I did double this recipe for the website when I posted it. So there we go. Nice. There we go. And I am almost out of oil here. I did get, this time of year, the fresh blood orange is out. So they haven't started to produce it yet at Temecula Olive Oil Company. So bury that over there. Let's see how much we've got. Okay, we need about another 1/2 cup of oil. And we may need just a little bit more of the apple cider vinegar and the maple syrup, but we'll see. I'll taste it and I'll let you know. This is just a little, the gift tester bag of the olive oil. There we go. Okay, there we go. So now let's give it a taste. Because sometimes it might need a little bit more lemon juice, sometimes it might need a little bit more balsamic vinegar. I chose this honey flavored balsamic vinegar if it needs a little of that. So let me get a spoon. And let's see where we're at with this. Now the good news is I can take this and put a cap on it. There's a top that comes to this. I'll show you the top. This is by a company called Pampered Chef, which I know people just adore. These are the only 2 things. I have this in an 8-cup measuring cup. But this is nice and thick. Let's see how this is. Wow, it's absolutely 2 types of vinegar. Well, yes, actually, I brought out this honey apple cider or honey balsamic vinegar because every once in a while I just like to temper just the apple cider vinegar. So I'll taste it, and it's got a really strong taste, which I like, but a little bit, and I'm just putting in a tablespoon. So there's that. Just enough to just cut the apple cider vinegar. So now we've done that. Let me get another spoon. And believe it or not, you're just adjusting the flavor. Just smooth it right out. It just smooths it right out. It's so good. It's so good. Then I'm just gonna add another pour, which is probably another tablespoon. There we go, of the maple syrup. There we go. How beautiful that is. And I'm gonna taste it one more time. Stand by, washing the spoon. Perfect. Honestly, absolutely perfect in every way. I don't think I've ever made a better dressing. You want to know why? I followed the recipe exactly and then just adjusted it just a tiny bit. My own recipe. I have to adjust it just a little bit because it just depends on, I don't know, sometimes how long, how sweet or how acidic the lemons were, or you know, what type of apple cider vinegar I was using and how much of this or that or the other. You know, things adjust themselves in flavor in your refrigerator, so you never really know, but just those little small adjustments made it absolutely perfect. So I'm going to show you the top to this. Stand by, I know you can hear me, but I'm walking into the pantry, and I just want to show you how cool this is. So for now, this salad, as of going to be in about an hour, at least the lettuce is going to be done soon, and it will be in plastic bags. I will make the candied pecans tonight at that top. Do you see that? See how perfect that is? It's absolutely perfect. I'm going to take this and set it in the refrigerator, and for 2 days. Now, it's funny because like on the third day, the oil will start to emulsify and you'll have to bring it out to room temperature in order to get it blended this easily, but for just 2 days, it doesn't seem to have that issue, so I think it's going to be absolutely fine. I've got the rest of this bowl that I'm gonna cut and chiffonade and clean, get into plastic bags, and then I am going to make my menu for Super Bowl and maybe go grocery shopping tonight or first thing in the morning and get it all purchased, and I'm going to be in this kitchen getting ready for a good time, for a real fun time, and I hope you are too. I wish you a very good weekend. I wish that your team wins the Super Bowl. I guess most of us have our money on the Bengals right now. It's the year of the Tiger, and they are a Bengal Tiger. So let's hope that they win. And to all of you, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go out and spread love like butter. Bye, everybody. Happy weekend.